what's up? I'm Dan Sperry, and this is Cookie Cutter, the impromptu Russian roulette where you stick a sharp object inside the stuffing of an Oreo, and you mix them up with a bunch of other ones, and you start stuffing them in your mouth, and hopefully you don't cut your mouth open, because we wouldn't want that. That wouldn't be good. So let's get started. Hope you're hungry. All right, I'm Dan, this is Katie, and this is Cookie Cutter. All right, now, Katie, we're gonna do a little experiment with these Oreo cookies right here from Nabisco.
Ding.
Right. Go ahead, take the cookies, crack those open. There, right. Now take out 4 Oreos, stick them in a nice little stackage right there on the table. Stackageness. Yeah. Okay, a little bit better. There we go. Now we're gonna add an element of danger. To add the element of danger, we're gonna use these razor blades. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so we're gonna kick one of these out like this, and I'm gonna show you that it's real, it is dangerous using this playing card right here. I'm gonna slice a little corner off like that. See the sharpness of it? Watch, 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 watch. Oh, split spade! Hi-oh! Okay, now, all right, now. Oh, it's so giggly, so, okay, no, this is serious. All right, serious face. Now, I'm gonna stick the razor blade inside the white stuffing of the cookie. It's kind of like that urban legend of the guy who was sticking razor blades in apples and handing them out to kids on Halloween. Did you ever hear about that?
Yes.
True story, really happened. So that was the inspiration for this little experiment that we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna place it inside the Oreo just like that. Now, I'm gonna stick them in a line, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a little bit of a game. Do you like games?
Love to.
Good. Now, if you were to mix these up, take a look at them, you would not know which one actually has the razor blade inside the cookie, right?
True.
Did you like that? Now,
True, yeah.
all right.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look away, you take the cookies, mix them up, and I don't wanna look, so you let me know when you're done, so there's no way. I can know where it is, and I want you to close your eyes too, so there's no way you know where the cookie is, no way I know where the cookie is, no way they know where the cookie is. Mushroom Bodine, doody-doody-doo. Okay, so go ahead and mix them up. I don't wanna look, go ahead. Close your eyes, no peeking. It's like Christmas. Let me know when you're done. And you're done? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and get the, okay, perfect. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and eliminate these one at a time. We're gonna find which one has the razor blade in it, okay?
Okay.
Eliminate them. I'm getting the feeling from this one. No razor blade, see? No razor blade, because I put it in my mouth, so we're safe. We're safe. Now, we've got 3 more. This one. No razor blade. See, no blood, no nothing. We're okay. Now, 2 more left, 50-50 chance. One of you, one of me. I think there's one of you. One of you, one of me. Now, did we just have a moment?
We had a little weird.
I feel sorry for you. Now, what I want you to do, just take one, put it in my hand. I'm gonna let you choose for me. That one, are you sure? You wanna change your mind? Because I know you might think I did like some kind of like magician's force or something like that. I don't want you to think that, because that's not what this is about.
Okay. Let's do it.
You want this one? All right, perfect. No razor blade. We are safe. We're completely safe. No razor blade. Cavities and diabetes though. But inside the last Oreo cookie, you take a look down inside the stuffing, right there. You wanna know what's in the middle? Booyah! That's what's in the middle. Stainless steel, American made, razor blade. I'm feeling myself getting fatter already. Okay, so that's the trick. That's all it is. I came up with this little tidbit quite a few years ago when I wanted something that kind of packed small, played big, that I could carry with me and just do if I needed to have a filler or backup thing to do. And it can really be played in any situation and really done in really impromptu, thrown together in literally seconds, if not minutes at the most. It's very simple. You need an Oreo or similar type cookie. Get a bag of these, a box of these, whatever you prefer. Double stuff kind of works better, but that's your own preference. You need a pack of razor blades, this little handy dandy doodad here of razor blades, the double-edged style. And all you're doing in the routine is you're scratching it. That's basically how you're finding out which one and keeping an eye on which one has the razor blade in it. You take your fingernail, and as you have been placing the razor blade and slowly wedging it into the cream inside the cookie, as you're displaying it and talking about it, all you're doing is taking your index fingernail and giving a little scratch on this side, giving a little scratch on that side, and all you need to do is just give it. That's really it, and that's still quite a bit. I've just scratched off the E of, or the O, sorry, can't read, that's the R, that's the R, O-R-E-O, yeah, there you go. The R, scratch off the R, and that's really all you need. You don't need a whole lot, just enough, because once you see the other ones that are down, you'll be able to tell it apart. But it's really simple. You don't need to scratch it very much, and that's, within a glance, you can tell which one has the razor blade in it. Yeah, I know, it's magic. I've always been a fan of the Russian roulette type routines, and I just wanted something a little bit different that can be really done in any venue, any situation, and is super easy. And that's really how it's done. So right now we're gonna get into a little bit more in depth of the presentation and other variations of that you can do besides a razor blade. If you don't wanna be playing with razor blades, if you can't have razor blades, mom and dad say, no, then that's okay. We have some other little things that you can toss in there as well. So let's go ahead and move into that right now. Okay, so here's a little more in-depth look at cookie cutter. Like I said, you're gonna need some Oreos, double stuff, only double stuff, only Oreos. Don't let me see, don't go cheap on me with this, all right? I don't wanna see any other garbage dollar store brand. Oreos, double stuff by Nabisco. So you got your Oreos right here. I'll set those over here for now. You're gonna need one of these doodads, pack of double-edged razor blades. You get these at the little pharmacy section area of Walgreens, Walmart, whatever. If mom and dad don't want you having these, or you don't want these because you have an issue with these, or you went through treatment and you can't own these anymore, we have some healthy alternatives. We have paper clips. You could use a paper clip. You could use a pop tab or a soda tab, depending on where you're from. You could use a quarter, or any other real choking type hazard that could pose any danger. Needles are always fun, or that this might also fall back on why you don't have razor blades as well, so you probably can't have these either. But you're gonna want the small needles, not the big ones, for obvious reasons. But I prefer the paper clip if you had to choose one. But I didn't come up with this for any of those. I came up with it for the danger of the razor blades. So you can perform this one of two ways. You can have spectators eat the cookies, or you can eat the cookies. Like I said, this is a broad trick. There's really no right or wrong way. There is a wrong way of doing it, but I'm just saying there really is no right or wrong way of what kind of style you choose, spin that you choose to put on this. It could be comedy, it could be more dramatic, it could be whatever you want. Now, when you have the people eat the Oreos, what I would do is you've marked it. This is the universal signal for marking the Oreo. And you mix them up, or you have them mixed up on a plate. You have 4 or 5 spectators each take a cookie. Always remember, keep your eye on who chose the cookie with the razor blade. It's important. And you go around making them eat the cookies. I made the mistake of doing it this way once with a group of old people. Old people can't take big bites out of the cookies, so it's less dramatic because they have fake teeth, they got dentures, they're old, they fall out. And they can only take like little nibbles, and it was just a waste of my time and the few remaining minutes of their lives that they have left. So I prefer to eat the cookie myself. And I just keep it simple with like 4 cookies. You have 4 cookies total. Enodiotria 4. 4 cookies, you have the spectator take a look at them. They are just normal Oreos. Everything's normal about this, so we don't need to just go into that pattern nonsense. You kick out your razor blade, and you have them take a look at it. you display the razor blade. You can cut a piece of paper, cut a playing card, a business card, anything like that, just to show that it is in fact a real razor blade, because it is. I just then take it and start to kind of zigzag it into the icing. Just kind of, oh, that went in there real smooth. I liked that. That was nice. And you just kind of stick it into the center of the icing. Display it as you're sticking it in. Be as fair with this as possible. And you just kind of keep wedging it on in there until it's all the way in. This kind of takes a little bit of a knackage kind of thing. I put it in there crooked. Nice. So you got a little bit of a tail sticking out right there. But essentially, from a bird's eye view, you can't tell that there's a razor blade in there. And like I said before, as you're doing this and displaying it, take your finger, scratch a marking on the cookie. Now, under the misdirection of this, I'm getting these ready. You got tons of time, tons of misdirection. Like I said before, you don't really need to scrape a very huge crater onto the cookie. So you put this down with all the others. You have your spectator close their eyes and kind of mix these up on the table. And they open their eyes and they're done. You turn around and you just keep your eye and you look for the one that has the scrape in it. Once you see it lined up with all these other ones, it's obvious to you what one it is, but to them, they don't really know what they're looking for. So it always just has gone right past them. I don't know. It's kind of like when you look at a marked deck of cards. You see it every time, and you're like, how can you not see that there's this marking on the back of a playing card? But somehow the spectators, they just never notice it. It's like a magic eye painting. Until you relax your eyes and you see the sailboat, you wouldn't have known that it was there. So they've mixed these up, and you play up your la 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 la, whatever, you know, however you want to play this, comedy, serious, whatever. And you just kind of build the suspicion, just kind of like the old smash and stab kind of game, or the bear trap method, or whatever else you use. You know, shattered, whatever. You grab the cookie, and as soon as you grab it, you stuff it in your mouth, and nom, 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 no razor blade. That's the way I like to do it. I like to kind of play it up as a more humor-esque type version. This isn't necessarily a very serious type trick, although it can be if you so choose. So now you've eaten your first Oreo, you've eaten the second Oreo, you're down to 2. You talk to your spectator and you tell them 2 left, 50-50 chance. There's one of you, there's one of me, there's one empty Oreo, there's one Oreo with a razor blade in it. You ask them, you say, what I want you to do, you hold out your hand, palm up, and you just say, what I want you to do, hand me one. And what they do is they have a free choice of whatever one to hand you. If they hand you the empty one, you're good to go. Shove it in your mouth and chew and chew and chew. If they hand you the loaded one, this is where it gets interesting. If they hand you the loaded one, you say to them, now, you know, I don't want you to think that I made you choose that one or forced that or done anything funny. So now is the only time I'm going to give you to change your mind. You can switch these if you like, but it's up to you. I don't want you to think I forced you to do that or anything. And you just kind of play it up on that. That kind of gives them a moment to stop and think about what they just did. And oftentimes they'll second guess themselves and go, yeah, there you go. And now you're golden there. So that's your way out of that. If they still are persistent and they dig their heels into the ground and they still leave you with the loaded Oreo, your only option is to bust out the good old acting lessons and bring this up to your mouth like you're gonna eat it, and right as it gets up to your mouth, you do kind of a swivel push motion and stop and pause and reveal the razor blade inside the Oreo. Don't break it, because sometimes that will cause the razor blade to kind of do a flip, kind of get flipped up, and you can cut your finger that way, and then you look really stupid. You can apparently find a razor blade, but you can't keep yourself from cutting your finger. Not cool. So so that's your out of that, which, you know, is justifiable in the rare event that you do get stuck having to put the loaded Oreo up to your face. But in more than likely situation, you're gonna be able to have the empty Oreo and eat that one, and then you can go back for the reveal of the fourth one once you're done with that. Okay, so one more thing. Getting back to kind of what I said earlier about there's times where I have had the spectators eat the cookies. Just be extra sure that you're the one holding the razor bladed Oreo. If you have any second guesses, just stop, because it's not worth the mishap of having something happen to the spectator, because that's something that is going to stick with you for a long time. Just look at the videos like on YouTube of the magicians not taking these extra steps to be 110% positive that this is the cup with the spike under it, or whatever, that the rope's not gonna burn through. As examples, just always be sure if you have any second guesses, just stop, because you don't want to have something happen to the spectator or even really happen to yourself. It's not worth the humiliation. You can just be honest and move on and go on to a different trick or different routine, and just don't risk it, because it's not worth it. In the end, it's not worth it. It's just magic. We're just doing stupid little tricks. So they'll forget about it. You bring out plan B or whatever else, and you go on with your show. So just be extra careful, and don't force anything onto the spectator ever, in any circumstances, under any situation, with even any routine. Never force something on the spectator. So that's my little PS for you. Okay, so that's cookie cutter. It's real cookie cutter, real easy, basic, nothing too difficult going on. What you might want to do is grow out a little bit of a Coke nail to do this. I cut my nails today, and my finger is a little irritated. The skin underneath it is a little iffy from scraping a lot of Oreos right now. So you might want to just let your finger grow a little bit more, whatever finger you use. This one, or if you want to use the middle finger, it's up to you, but for the index finger. Also, when you're practicing this, what you really need to practice is the secret, and that's just scraping the Oreo and scraping an identifiable mark on the Oreo. You don't need to practice actually sticking the razor blade in the Oreo or practicing with the razor blade, because that's not really necessary. You just want to eliminate any dangers or mishaps of you actually sticking a razor blade in your mouth, or a paper clip even. You don't want to risk any choking. So just be careful with it, and know your audience. Don't pick a volunteer that's obviously going to be giving you a hard time and might try and mess with you, especially when you're playing with something like a razor blade. Although it's small and seems harmless, it's dangerous. These razor blades, they can cut you and you wouldn't even realize it, because they're so thin. And before you know it, you got all these cuts all over your hand, and you're bleeding all over the place, and it's just not attractive unless you're into that type of thing. Sicko. But that's really it. That's cookie cutter. So have fun with it, and just like I said, most importantly, just be careful with it, because it uses razor blades or other sharp objects. And also, don't be doing this at like kids' parties and stuff like that. I don't think I need to go into that, but it needs to be said, I guess, anyways, at the same time. So just know your audience when you're going to be performing something like this. So have fun with it. Night, night.